Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna have a fun one because we're gonna be unboxing this little mini quadcopter. So this is made by a company called SNAPTAIN, and the model number is SP310 Mini 4-Axis Aircraft Series. So yeah, even though this thing's tiny, it looks pretty serious. We got age 14 plus there. So here we have some of the features: throw and go, 360 flip, altitude mode, 1 key takeoff and land, headless mode, 1 key return, and speed switch. So yeah, it looks pretty promising. This is what's included in the box. We got the drone, remote control, a USB charger, 2 lithium-ion batteries, user manual, landing skid, spare blade, protective guard, and a screwdriver. All right, let's open this thing up. So on the top here we have a manual, and it's quite thick. All right, and it looks like it's thick because it does have a few languages in here. Actually, quite a few languages. And here we have the quadcopter itself. It looks like it's nestled in a clear plastic here. So we do have a sticker here to activate 12-month free warranty. Interesting. So that's everything for the box. Alright, so this thing is not as small as I thought it would be. It's actually a pretty good size. So this is what the remote combo looks like. So we have a couple Joy-Con knobs here on each side. Then we have a bunch of other buttons that do specific things, and here's an on and off button, so it actually pushes in and then pops out. So there is a cover protecting the drone, and I guess it keeps it in there so it doesn't fall out. And check it out, that looks really cool. Alright, so let's pop it out of there. So it looks like it's strictly for storage. It's 4 there. So let's take a closer look at this little quadcopter here. We got the branding here in the front. We have propellers that are pressed into the shaft of the motors. So here it looks like we have some kind of door. Okay, so that's where the battery is stored. Pretty cool. Over here we have an on and off switch. And then we have a little LED light, probably for indications. So we do have a few more things in the box here. So it looks like we have another battery, an extra battery. So you get 2 batteries. And then we get a bunch of other little things. Here's the little screwdriver, Phillips. Looks like parts, maybe landing gear here. And then extra propellers. We got 2 of each color. And then we have propeller guards. That's great that it comes with those, especially if you're gonna fly it in the house. And the cool part is they give you a couple extra of those too. So, and it looks like 2 more landing gears unless these all go together. And also we get a little USB charger here with a dual output, connect 2 batteries at the same time. All right, so before anything, I'm gonna put the batteries on charge so they can charge while the landing gear on and the blade protectors. Plug in the power. So we're glowing green. Plugged 1 battery in and the second one. So we're gonna let them charge while we try to figure out maybe how to put some of these parts on. Alright, so the landing gear should be pretty easy. There's little dimples there. That little shape there is the same shape on the landing gear, so it goes right over it. So quite an easy installation, and it seems to hold just fine. So we got 1 foot on, and now I just need to put the other one on. Just like that. And there we go. Now we got our little landing gear on. And it's starting to look really, really nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can put our propeller guards on. So it looks like they just snap on to these 2 little holes right there. Just like that. So when you're flying around, you know, and you hit the wall, you know, your propeller's not going to hit it. You're just going to bump it with this guard here. And you definitely want to put these on unless, you know, you're a pro. And, you know, maybe once you get to the pro level, then you can take them off. But they're so thin and lightweight, they won't really impact the flying too much. All right, so our last one. And just like that, we got them all on. And it's looking really, really nice. So now we can open the battery door. It can swing open without hitting the bottom. So now we just gotta wait for our batteries to charge, and I guess we can go ahead and install some batteries into this remote. So we haven't looked at the back of the remote yet, but it looks like there's quite a few things going on here. So this side looks like it's the battery side, and these are maybe storage compartments. So let's check it out. Pop this. Okay. So I'm not entirely sure what this is for, but it does look like it maybe does something, or maybe connects to something. Maybe this is another option from a different drone. In any case, let's see what's in this one here. Okay, so this one is for storage. And actually that's what I was wondering, if they had any kind of storage for our extra parts here. And probably the extra battery fit in there, but since we're going to be charging that all the time, it doesn't really need to go in here. So yeah, our little spare parts go in there, perfect. So obviously the only thing that doesn't fit in there is this Phillips screwdriver, and that's to unscrew battery door. So it looks like we're going to need 2 AA batteries. Alright, so let's see what happens when we push the power button. Okay, so it peeped, and it looks like it probably is searching for the drone. But since it's not on, it can't find it. It's not really doing anything. Alright, so it looks like the remote's working, and let's get those batteries and see how this drone works. So the batteries look like they're charged, so we'll just grab one of them. So now all we got to do is stick it in the drone here. Should slide right in, and maybe plugging it before sliding it in would be easier, but in any case, so there's not too much, looks like, room for the wiring and plug, but I guess we just tuck it all in there. Should be able to close the door. There we go. So I think the next thing we need to do is power on the remote, and then we can power on the drone, see what happens. Alright, so it's just blinking. I'm guessing it's searching. I know from owning other ones, sometimes you just have to mess around with these knobs here. Let's see. Okay, so we go up and down. Okay, so you need to go up and then down, and that connects it. We got solid lights on both. And another thing that's kind of confusing is I wonder which side is the orientation. I have a feeling this is the front since this has the light, even though probably should be the back because you got to see where it's at. But in any case, we'll figure it out here in a second. Let's just take off like this. So I'm guessing the only way to take off, because it's not responding to anything, is click the takeoff button. I'm gonna have only one hand to fly it, so let's see what happens. All right, so I'm clicking the takeoff button. Oh, there it goes. All right, so it's flying and it's hovering pretty straight. And the dog's going crazy. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to fly this thing while the camera is on the tripod there. But there is a feature on this drone here where you should be able to just throw it and it should just start flying on its own. I don't know how that works, but let's go ahead and try that. And I think all we need to do is just toss it up. And there it goes, look at that. Alright, and it crashed. So I realized why it crashes because the light here is actually the front. So you gotta fly it with the light in front of it, like this. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's throw it up. Alright, so now we're having good success. So it looks like I need to trim it out a little bit. It seems pretty stable right there. It does wander around a little, but that's just air maybe blowing here and there, so it's actually quite stable. So on the back of the remote here where your fingers go, you got speed button here, and then you got 3D flip. So if I click on the speed, it makes 2 beeps, and if I click it again, it makes 3 beeps, and then if I click it again, it gets 1 click. So the 1 click is the slowest responsive. If I go to 2, it responds a lot better. Like it's just much faster. And if I go to 3, it really goes fast then. Like, so let's go ahead and try our 3D flip. So I'm just going to click the 3D flip button and it's going to beep. And then I'm going to go any kind of direction and it should flip. And there it goes. So let's try a little bit closer here. Same thing. Yeah, pretty awesome. You can just keep going down on the joystick and it should just land just like that. Or you can push the landing button and it will land also. I find it easier to land just to go down, but either way it works. But taking off looks like only works with the takeoff button. Or obviously throwing it up in the air. So flying in the house is really fun with this thing, but I'm wondering how it'll fly outside. So let's go ahead and take it outside and see how it does. Alright guys, so we are outside and we'll see how the drone flies out here. A little bit breezy, but not, you know, anything crazy, so just slight wind. So let's go ahead and click the takeoff button. So I kind of flew out of the frame for you guys, but okay, I definitely need to change the speed because on 1 I can barely hold it. The wind is pushing it. I'm gonna go to 3 speed, so it should do really good now. Let's see, so I'm gonna go full speed up. Okay, yeah, it's pretty quick. So the only issue I'm really having is that I can't tell very well where the back and the front is. Let's do a little 3D flip. Nice. Let me try the headless mode, maybe that will be better. So I clicked it, let's see. Alright, so it doesn't matter which way it's orientated. It still goes towards me, so maybe this is the better way to play in headless mode. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Now I can point the light to myself. I guess as long as it gets the orientation right of the headless mode part up to where I am. Alright guys, so I got the camera adjusted to go up, and I want to see if I can fly all the way to that cactus up there. That's pretty far up actually, and maybe you guys can see it. Maybe I should zoom in. And yeah, so I'm gonna fly out there and see what kind of control we can have on top of that cactus over there. Alright, so I tried to take off, but the battery's low, so it didn't have enough juice and it just died. So it seemed like it lasted, I don't know how long, maybe about 8 minutes or so. So not too bad. So there is a second battery, so I'm gonna go swap those around, and we'll fly up there. It looks like when the battery's low, it just kind of blinks like that. So far so good. It is quite high. Change the speed to 2. 3 seems a little aggressive. Even okay, we're on top of the cactus. That's a good reach for sure. I'm gonna try to go up even higher. As you guys can see, it can go super high. I don't want to go higher than that. That's pretty scary already. So yeah guys, seems to be working pretty well. So let's see if we can land it with the landing button. Alright, and lands. A little crooked, but I came in pretty hard on an angle, so yeah, it looks like the headless mode actually works great with this drone, because it really doesn't matter which way you're orientated this way, it'll always respond according to where you're at. That actually makes it very easy to play for kids, and because you can lose it pretty easy, especially outside, or you know, hit something or get stuck in a tree. So yeah, overall this thing's really fun, and I guess the only complaint I would have is that the landing gear here comes off really easy. If you just touch it, it pops off. So I think maybe, you know, gluing or putting a little tiny dab of glue in the little connections there, and also the prop protectors here come off quite easy. So tiny little dot of glue in there, you know, something that you can still take off, but it won't pop off just using it. And the other thing that's kind of annoying is this little door here. There's barely enough room for the battery, the wiring, and this plug here, so, and then the door still has to close, but that's pretty understandable. I wish there was a little bit more room in there. That would, you know, be a lot easier to, you know, close it up and even put the wires in there. But other than that, it's a really fun drone, and definitely a great beginner's drone. Alright guys, well hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then hit that like button. If you want to pick up a drone like this for yourself, I'm going to have some links in the description, so check that out. And if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more things I do on this channel, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button to see more. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.